Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to game number 2 of the evening. Joining me once again should be Duke.
Hello there.
Yes, he is. On that note, we bring you Turtlemasters versus the Simple Five. And going into this game, let's see what we can be offered this time. We see a Nyx ban out immediately. Someone doesn't like a Nyx assassin.
Clearly not your friend.
No, clearly not. But we should be, hopefully, seeing a Dazzle ban, dare I say it?
The picked. I'll give you that one.
Hmm?
But the Nyx assassin was what they played up against when they did play up against artificial intelligence, and they did have a real trouble with that. So I can understand where they're coming from, trying to get rid of that early. And we'll see what they want to transition into it with, because they have banned on the Ember Spirit. The Ancient Apparition is banned.
Let's pick Invoker for Simple 5. I have a feeling we have seen this bit. I'm expecting the Dazzle pick up by Turtlemasters. They know what they're doing. This team
I'm expecting
a lot of
Dazzle
experience.
Centaur.
Dazzle Centaur.
To keep up with all of the trends.
I'm going to lynch you. At some point in this tournament, I will lynch you. But this team, Turtlemasters, they have a lot of experience under their belt. They got Miracle, Giftig, Matrim, Bloomberg, Skyzoe. All of these players have been around a long time. And there's a first pick Gyrocopter. That's a little bit unusual.
They should go in straight away versus the Invoker, because you can, like, if Simple 5 do pick up some lockdown, you can get easily killed in Gyrocopter with the Sunstrike. On the flip side, the Tornado into EMP. Gyrocopter is useless, really, if you can't cast Flak or cooldown, he really does fall off massively.
It's all about how much farm he can get, in my mind. If he can get that Manta, get that Yasha, get the early items, he should be fine. But it'll be a Sand King pickup. This looks familiar. This looks very familiar. Why does this look familiar?
I think they have run this so far before.
I'm pretty sure the first game we cast with Turtlemasters, we saw a Sand King and a Gyrocopter. And I believe the Sand King was played by Skyzoe.
No, Skyzo is their offlaner. I think it was Miracle who took out Sand King. I think the way they do their lane is, I think it's either Skyzo is, I think, is one of their cores. I think Matrim is their carry. Giftig in the mid, and no, but I think Blomberg's their carry, if I can remember. Just these players and what they like to do. Miracle's always been a support player.
Well, on that note of support, we do have a Lich pickup. Now, we know how much damage a Chain Frost can do, and how much of a problem it can pose for Turtle. But in my mind, Lich needs experience. So is it going to be an offlane Lich? Is this going to be a, say, support Lich in a duo or tri-lane? It's flexible so far, as we do see banouts on Timbersaw and on the Rubik.
Timbersaw, I think, is directed towards Skyzoe, who I think in their first game did play a really nice
you remind
Timbersaw.
me.
He had a slow start on the Timbersaw, but then he got his Blade Mail, and when it got zone, and then he just started going to town and wrecking everything. And some hateful supports coming from Turtlemasters.
Well, do you expect any less? I mean, Visage, very powerful in a tri-lane setup, very powerful in a dual-lane setup. AA, last game says it all. Rubik, against a Sand King, stealing
They're
epics.
hating the supports. Clearly Dazzle has to be banned here.
I
They do have the
don't think
first
so.
pick. They do have the first pick in the next phase, so even if they wanted the Dazzle, they can take it right now. But I think they do really need to take whatever support they want, because they have really limited the pool of support, so they need to get what they want now. For fear that Simple 5 might take it up.
Well, something to go with a Sand King. I think a Dazzle might be ideal, considering you mix Weave in with Flat Cannon. Flat Cannon will then start destroying people. Banning out Silencer, though. And the Rubik.
Also,
This symbol signifies to me we're looking for some big AoE teamfight, big spells that could be stolen. We already have Epicenter.
Yeah. One of the good things about the Dazzle with the Sun King, you got that level 1 Burst Strike is very, very short, but the level 1 Poison Touch will be enough slow for the Sun King to be able to get in there and get off that Burst Strike.
Oh, hello!
Radiant team pick.
We're looking for the AoE team fight, are we? Could a Naga Siren be picked up? Tidehunter will be the answer to this. They need something to counter out that black hole. Now, yeah, mix a black hole in with an epicenter, plus a cooldown, a flat cannon, a rocket barrage. No wonder they wanted to ban out the Rubik. They got something in mind here, clearly.
The real ban out for me is the Silencer. Silencer shuts all of this down through a BKB. They could deal with the Rubik just by killing him, but Silencer will just sit back, and when Enigma jumps in, Cursor Global Silence.
5 seconds
and that's
remaining.
it. It's gone. It's stopped. It's an incredible support, and in my opinion, does offer the most in a team fight, in a game that the way you interact with your spells and you use them to sort of debilitate the other team really is absolutely devastating to have that Silencer.
Well, with the Silencer taken out, what's the pickup here to answer this Enigma? Do we see a Beastmaster? Do we see a Vengeful Spirit? What's your take on that? Where would you go to stop this Enigma now?
I'm wondering if they take something aggressive and they leave the Tidehunter solo on the safe lane, and they take it to aggressive try so they can actually put it to Enigma in the jungle. Obviously, the return from Turtlemasters for that would be to send Enigma into the off lane and actually pick up another support. The Enigma actually could get quite a lot in the off lane in this situation if that's what they were fearing, because the rotation into the jungle, the Lich to slow down the Enigma, there's a lot of potential for some really nice carries to team up with that Lich.
Well, it's going to be what they can put with the Lich that makes the most of this here. They want something really that can capitalize from just a slow. They want maybe a Sven. Sven can work with that.
In my opinion, actually, Luna is brilliant for that.
Radiant team pick.
Because
Luna
Luna
as well.
gets a lot of damage from Luna Blessing, and also she has a very short attack range but fairly decent base movement speed at 330, which I think is actually the highest base movement speed.
Yes, you are correct.
Yeah. So the slow with the Luna allows her to run forward and does orb walk, throwing out those glaives, and then you've still got the Lucent Beam for the finale.
10 seconds remaining.
Well, it's going to be up against a Dragon Knight at this point. Now, Dragon Knight we've seen very good play from in the last game. Now, Dragon Knight for the mid here, Gyrocopter up to the side, Sand King is there, Enigma in the jungle. We're looking for an offlaner. We are looking for an offlaner for the Turtlemasters. As for Simple 5, we have the Tide, which could potentially be on the offlane solo. We would be looking for some form of movement speed from him very early on, though, if he does that route. We could see the Lich in the offlane. We could see Tidehunter go then into supporting role on the safe lane, which would be a little more tenuous. But the Tide is at least semi-flexible. Invoker, more than likely not the mid. Lich, semi-flexible as well. Against this lineup, I would quite like to see possibly a Weaver. Another option would be
there's a bit
an
too
Alchemist.
much lockdown for a Weaver. You've got the Dragon Tail, which is a nice range stun, and even if you pop the Lincolns of that, you still got the potential blinking from the Sand King. You've got the Malefice. You can pop the Lincolns with the homing missile. There is a lot of potential to be able to shut down a Weaver in this situation, and I don't think that it is worth the risk.
Well, Alchemist would be another good option here, something to help chew down that armor of Dragon Knight, and Acid Spray is a brilliant example of that, chewing away at all of that pesky armor. Luna will be,
But
however,
it's going
the
to be
pickup.
Luna.
I hate when you're right, but you're right. You're never right about rapiers, though.
One day. The last game, I will bribe the team to buy with rare
10
fire
seconds
rapier.
remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
However, now last phase of bans coming out, I wouldn't be surprised to see a ban
Reserve
on
time.
the few support that remain. Hell, a ban on the Dazzle is still, in my mind, a good idea coming out of Turtle, since Luna would love all of that negative armor. That combined with the
Or
10
Simple
seconds
5 needs
remaining.
to ban out the clockwork right now.
Simple 5 certainly do need to ban out the clockwork. Simple
Yeah.
5 need to be very
Seconds
careful.
Turtlemasters, I would like to see them ban out. Turtlemasters ban out the clockwork, and the Dark Tier returned.
I would like to see a bounty hunter from Turtle at this point. They have more than enough damage, and, well, let's do a quick analysis here of Simple 5. Invoker, not much HP. Lich, squishy. Tide, reasonably tanky. Luna, fairly squishy. A bounty, in my mind, would work wonders. But it all does come
10
down to
seconds
how
remaining.
Turtle want to play this. Bounty would help the Enigma out, would help Sand King Gyrocopter
5
DK out with
seconds
all of
remaining.
that extra gold.
I really think they have to not do that. That's not what I was
Radiant
going to
team
suggest.
pick.
But we do see the Centaur and the Dazzle still open for the last picks.
Centaur out of nowhere, I did not expect to see. And Disruptor
Oh,
for the
I
final
like
pick.
this. Oh, that AoE silence.
I will admit that Disruptor pick is a good one. You mix in, potentially, if this Disruptor gets a large amount of kills, and potential Agonyms, which is an AoE doom, for those that don't know. However, you have to contend with the potential jump in from a Sand King, the jump in Black Hole from Enigma, and I would not be surprised if Enigma doesn't go for a very, very, very early BKB against this lineup. I know for certain I would.
He needs to. He cannot cope without a BKB in this lineup.
I should even say so much as first item BKB, not mech. If he doesn't get one, it's going to be very hard for them. On that note, I shall introduce the side of Simple 5. We have Teacup on that Lich, Stibby on the Disruptor, Jonil on the Tide. Further up the lane, we have Dagaz on that Luna, and Empty and Lol on the Invoker. Over on the other side of the map, we've got Sky Zoe on that Centaur, which none of us expected, yet got force-fed anyway. We have Giftig on the Gyrocopter, Bloomberg on the Dragon Knight,
Yeah,
Miracle on that Sand King,
Right
and
from Simple
Matrim
5.
on the Enigma. But
Right
now,
out of Simple 5, moving into the Dire Jungle. And
Well-
I do really think it's going to be an aggressive tri-lane with the Lich, the Disruptor, and the Luna, and then tied onto the solo safe.
with this smoke,
30
we could
seconds
see
to
the
battle.
potential to try to grab that Centaur behind the tower, but that would be a very aggressive move at level 1. They need to rotate down.
No, they need to scout out the Centaur. Otherwise, their lanes are going to be really, really messed up. Turtle completely understood that they needed to have the Tide Hunter solo on the safe lane, and they should rotate. Actually, I'm surprised that they still sending Tide up to the top. Maybe Turtle
battle
reading it the
begins
same
for
way
good
that I did in
and
Simple
all.
5, even bigger mind games coming out of them. Mind games within mind games coming on here.
Don't. Just don't. We do have Dagaz rotating towards that bottom lane. He's going to have backup in the form of Stibby. So these two are going to be going up against Miracle and Giftig. My money on this is 2 dual lanes each side, which is a little bit uncommon in the current meta.
Well, it's not really so much as a dual lane. Just going to have the Enigma farming up in the jungle. And I think the Lich is going to stay here for about use 2 sacrifices and then leave.
Fair
Actually,
enough.
I think it's just going to leave straight away, not even use 2 sacrifices. It's going to move into the mid and help MTN with the sacrifice there, and just rotate the love around from the Lich and then move towards the bottom lane.
Well, then it'll be a 3v2 in favour of Simple 5 versus Giftig and Miracle here. Now, Giftig and Miracle, in terms of their own combination, they do have a lot of power to them.
That sentry just like a little bit out of range. Find that observer from Turtle, so still no pulls available.
Oh, those pulls should be disabled for the entire duration of the ward if this is the case. Is he going to drop another sentry? Oh, he does find it. He drops another sentry and manages to
drops a second sentry. We'll be fine.
Alright, let's take a look across the board. We've got a 7 for 2 DK who's farming pretty well so far up against this potential, and it will be Quas Wex Invoker. So we're looking for the EMP combo Invoker up against this slot, which in my mind might be a little bit of a misnomer, because we have slows, we have lockdown, we have silences coming out of everyone else. Do we really need another hero that's going to be complementing more control instead of damage? They're putting all of their eggs in one basket here with Dagaz's Luna. He is their only true source of pure damage. If they had an Exort Invoker, that would work out fine in my mind. In fact, that would be golden. But only having one hero to throw damage with us, we do have some harassment being thrown from Teacup and Gift Egg. Rocket will fly. I think this should be destroyed.
A Quas Wex Invoker actually does a surprising amount of damage. It actually, you don't really expect it, but the extra attack speed really does come into its effect. The Tornado actually does more damage than a Meteor, and the EMP will sap out all the mana from the Strength heroes and the Gyrocopter. So I think the EMP Tornado will actually be more effective here.
I don't know. Personally, I would prefer for Simple 5C the global presence of a Sunstrike, considering you've got all of this slow and control mixed in. Sunstrikes, Meteors, Forge Spirits, push towers, take lanes, take fights.
Because they don't actually have too much control. They've got a slow, a 0.6 second stun, and a kinetic field, which still allows the target to move around. So it still would require a lot of prediction coming out of MTN LoL. It's no sure thing like having an Ancient Apparition or a Naga or something like that, which actually roots them in place for a set amount of time. Because at this level, you know to bob and weave and juke around up against an Invoker.
Well, Quas Wex, we'll see how it plays out this game. I will say EMP will have a good deal of effectiveness against the entire side of Turtlemasters. None of them except Enigma are really very high mana heroes. And Enigma doesn't truly have a large mana pool on his own. He does have that Soldering, which will help. He does actually have that Smoke Pop, so we are potentially going to be looking for an engagement on the top lane, perhaps? And it seems we are. Where's that Malefice?
It will be really difficult to pick him off, because Kraken Shell just reduces so much damage.
Indeed, but the Stomp is there. Do they have the double edge? Yes, they do. Can they bring him down? Yes, they can. Skyzoe will take a fall, however. It's a 1-for-1 trade. The experience does go the way of Turtle, though, as well as that First Blood. So a very worthwhile rotation for the Turtlemasters.
Yep, and the Centaur got level 6 off that, while the Tidehunter's still under
The Stampede is very
6.
effective, but now Giftig taking a huge amount of nuke. But in comes the counter stun from Miracle, managing to bring down the Luna. Do you get the counter kill for the carry, though? So 1-for-1. Miracle does get the Stampede and will pick off a second, but in comes Jonel. The slow is there, but Miracle's now just going to sit in this Sandstorm at least for a few more seconds. Going to stun out, try to bring down Teacup, but will die to a creep. A little bit of aggression all over the place so far.
What a beautiful double stun coming out of Miracle there. Completely turned that fight around. Giftig had less than 100 health, and two more shots from the Luna would have finished him off, but that stun allowed the Rocket Barrage to do its work.
Well, right now, back in the mid lane, we'll just do a quick assessment, since these two have not really been involved. We've got a 29-for-9 Bloomberg Dragon Knight versus an MTN LoL's Invoker, which is 14-3 right now. In all honesty, this could be what they need. Here comes Turtlemasters. The Ravage will pop. Bloomberg going to get brought down at this rate. One more right click will be all it takes, and that's going to be the end of that. Simple 5 taking another kill. Not having the best CS in this mid lane, but certainly having the kills.
Oh, that's not good for the Radiant.
Now, what's Miracle do from here? I was honestly expecting maybe for him to rotate in, but we've got another TP down there. We've got Lich back on the bot lane. DD now for Miracle. This could be what they need to go in, per se. Do we have a rocket dropping? The rocket dropping would be the sign of aggression. But no, it's just going to be a case of farm for Giftig at this point.
It's they're not going to use the rocket as an initiation. It's going to be the Stampede, which is now back online.
Well, we do have potential because Amatram is looking to come in on John Hill once again. So if they go for the Stampede, it'll be up on this top lane. Maybe they'll coordinate so they get kills on both lanes. Here comes the Stampede, looking for John Hill. He does get slowed, stun out. There's the Enigma with the Malefice. Damage is coming through. A couple of right clicks will be all it takes, but Skyzoe has to turn. One more right click should be enough, but the healing salve is there. Now Matram on the turnaround. EMP Tornado going to put an end to that.
An anchor around.
But Enigma does...
The Eidolons.
Wow, the Eidolons are enough to bring him down. That's
So much
surprising.
damage. That 47 damage on all
Radiant's
three.
middle tower
That
is
wasn't
under
enough
attack.
to pick him off.
That's not gonna
Like and
hold.
Shell, not enough to save him in that position.
Meantime, on the
Miracle.
bottom lane, ooh, ping's going out for
The
Miracle
Radiant
there.
should really do something about that middle tower.
Gotta be
Meanwhile,
fair.
DK will be able to take down that middle tower. Does have that and does have the catapult up. And with that level
Radiant's
1
middle
dragon
tower
form
is under
is
attack.
Meantime, bottom lane, they do manage to initiate the second attack and bring down Luna once more with the stun from Miracle. Now comes the cooldown. Teacup's not going to chase through the gap. Very wise of that. But now Miracle, looking for a second stun perhaps? No, deciding wisely to back away. Miracle's now level 5.
Radiant's middle tower is under
close
attack.
to 6.
That's not gonna
And they're about
hold.
to get a gold injection from the mid tier 1, going down.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Meantime, bot lane, Luna TPing back in, could be looking for a fight right now, but Miracle and Gifting,
Epicenter.
both high on mana. Epicenter is now online and available. Cooldown is up in 30 seconds. Could be looking for pressure, could
Radiant's
certainly be
bottom
looking for
tower is
kills.
under attack. I feel sad for them.
However, Ravage is back online in 10 seconds. Are we going to see the TP?
One thing that really surprises me is the levels that Simplified have been
Radiant's
able to
bottom
get, and it
tower
really
has seen
highlights
better days.
how useful the Lich is. We're sitting at a Lich at 5, a Luna at 5, and the Disruptor at 4, which when on a losing lane is really surprising for me, especially as against the dual lane as a tri lane.
Oh, Stampede
Looking
again.
nice level
Now
coming
looking
out
for
there.
John Hill. Matram will find him. Skyzoe is there. Does manage to bring him down with the Anchor Smash, but they do get the kill for Tidehunter. Meantime, bottom lane. Cooldown is there. Rocket Barrage goes down. Did they have the Epicenter? No, they didn't. They didn't spin the Epi. MTN lol now getting involved. Giftig forced on to run back. Do we have the potential counter? Here comes the Epicenter. Gonna go in on MTN lol. Doing good damage. The Rocket Barrage is there. They do manage to get a kill up on MTN lol in exchange for Miracle on that Sand King.
And you're still a fool.
Levels, though, coming up on Giftig are going to be quite scary. That's level 8 on that gyro right now. He's well on his way towards, as we get the
Radiant's
mid-tier
top
1
tower,
up on the
no
top
longer
right
Donald's gonna
now.
die again.
Oh, wow, he's getting caught out of position once more. The kinetic field does stop this for a second, and now they're going to glimpse back
Actually, he will
Matchroom.
live. Yeah, Stevie saving Jonah's life there.
Radiant's bottom
Oh,
tower is
as
under
my
attack.
mouse goes a little haywire, now they're looking for Teacup. The Giftig on the bottom lane does pick up the other kill with Skyzoe. Giftig is well on his way to a drum at this point. That's going to be very, very quick, as we're
Radiant's
getting a little
tower is
chaotic.
under attack.
Actually has the drum
About
already,
time.
if he wishes. I wouldn't be surprised if he just wanted to leave it at a casual bracer and just get that BKB up fast, so the Disruptor does nothing, the Invoker does nothing.
These guys are actually giving us a second to breathe and take a
I
second.
feel sad for them.
Appreciated, guys, as the bottom tier 1 goes down in favour of Turtlemasters. This is rapidly becoming quite a steep hill for Simple 5 to climb. That's 3 towers down already.
Yeah. In less than 10 minutes, there is about a 10,000 gold lead, just under by about 300 gold.
That is quite a large lead this early, and experience as well is at 7.5k. That is quite scary, no matter how you look at it.
The mechanism is up for Matrim with another 1,000 in the bank, so it could now start moving into that BKB. There is a smoke coming out of Simple 5, however.
Well, if they find anyone, it'll most likely be the Centaur at this rate. However, are they going to go down? They are still going down. They're going to walk right into Giftig, and Giftig's going to get obliterated here, but in comes the Stampede. This is what they need. Cooldown is there. It's not going to be anywhere near enough, but Miracle, double stun. As well as Dragonite gets a breath, killing one. They bring down the Tide as well. Can they find Stibby? I don't think they will be able to. There's the stun, though, does come out. Matrim should be able to drop the... Yep, there we go, Malefice. Blocking as well. Stibby going to get caught out at this rate. And there's the Black Hole just to ensure the kill.
Killing spree. Double kill.
Quite the aggression there. The smoke getting a kill and then going completely sideways. This is the
then straight
threat
into the
Stampede
Roshan.
brings.
And even though the gyrocopter did fall immediately, he got that cooldown, he slowed everyone down and dealt a bit of damage before he fell. And then the cleanup with the nice stun from Miracle into the breathe fire coming out of Blomberg, it was enough to shut them down.
We already have the mech on Matrim as well, so from here, are we looking for that Blink Dagger or do we want a BKB? I honestly thought we'd see an earlier BKB, but it seems long range tornadoes coming through. Could we see another fight kick off? Guys, you really are going aggressive today.
Also, the pipe is now up for the Centaur. So now they have a massive safety net.
That is a huge item to have up at 12 minutes. Hell, not even 12 minutes. Sky Zoe is going nutso on this Centaur.
And then another 1,200 gold onto the Enigma. Could go for that Blink. Could go for that BKB. Meanwhile, the Luna has Threads and 600 gold and a Bassi ring.
Well,
Disruptor doesn't even have the static storm.
this is why I don't bet against Turtlemasters, guys on the main studio. It ain't a wise idea. The MP will drop, but it's not going to hit anyone.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Oh, that's
And now Jonal going to drop Ravage, but the pipe was up. Perfect pipe timing. In comes the Eclipse and the Chain Frost, but it's nowhere near enough. The cooldown is there. They need to kill Dagaz, and soon. But Sky Zoe will pick up the kill. Long range flat cannon. Stun comes through. Doesn't hit from Zoe. Looking for Dagaz. They need a little bit more to catch him. Breathe Fire catches him through the trees. That's the end of that. Now Lich running away. Matrim doesn't have a Blink Dagger. He's going for that BKB next. He's not going to be able to catch Teacup. Psych, again, going completely sideways. And now back into the pit. Finish off the big man. That was a wise idea coming out of Turtle.
No, it's not. Blomberg is acting alone under his own accord. He doesn't need anyone else. So Skyzo will come in to help him. But it was a really, really nice fight coming out of Turtle. That pipe just proving its worth.
Pipe and mech this early in the game is just devastating.
Ocean has fallen to the Dire. Impressive.
Especially up against the lineup from Simple 5. You've got the Crossbex Invoker, so you've got the Tornado EMP. Now have the Static Storm up for Disruptor, you've got the Eclipse, you've got the Ravage, and you've got the Chain Frost. All spells which will just be pretty much all nullified by the combination of the Mechanism and Pipe.
They didn't even spin Miracle's Epi either.
No.
This is quite a large advantage building now for Turtlemasters. And hell, this is going to be a brawl over the mid-tier 1 at this rate. Sky Zoe, he's well on his way towards a Blink Dagger. Tornado goes through, not going to hit. Now, where's the initiation? Sand King does get the stun. Stampede is there to boot. Where's the Epi? Winding up, big stun. That's devastating combination coming out of Turtlemasters, and that's the end of that. Miracle with a double. Now they want Stibby. Can they find him? Surely they can. They're not quick enough though. The movement speed is in favour of Stibby at this point. They need a long range blink. Yes, they have one. There's a nice blink strike through, burrow strike through, and now Stibby in a very bad way. One more, and that's going to seal his death. Meantime, while this is going on, as we keep the camera with the kill, that's the end of Stib. Dragon Tail will come through, not even needed. Tier 2, bottom lane, goes down.
Oh, that's got to hurt. Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
There's the Blink for Miracle.
That is a pretty damn big item up for that Sand King, and for Sky Zoe. 2 blinks, online again.
John could fall on his top lane.
Right, now
They decide it's not worth the risk. Could get the TPs up there, the Ravage
Dire's
builds
top
up.
tower has been denied.
just
They do
kill
get
after
the
kill.
deny.
What items do we see coming up? We got a 15-minute BKB after treads and a bracer. And a bottle. That's pretty damn quick in my mind. Now we're most likely going to see the DK go towards an AC, which is only going to spell all manner of harm for Simple 5. And now we're looking for the initiation on Stibby, maybe. Do have that Blink Dagger. Are we going to see the jump? Doesn't seem so. Not this time. But now, let's do a quick analysis. We have all ults up for S5. They've got that Eclipse. They've got that Ravage. More importantly, though, Matrim, well on that way to that BKB, has his Black Hole. We have Stampede. Don't have Epi, though. Oh, no one... He didn't see him. Did he see him?
He did not. This is risky coming out of Simple 5. Miracle might catch them.
Big tornado. Ravage, however...
Massive!
Ravage, complete miscommunication there, goes up during the tornado, and now comes the turnaround. Dagaz in a very bad way, gifting, drops the cooldown. That's the end for Luna. Now Jonil gets caught in a black hole with Teacup. Then another 2 go down. 3 for nothing.
The Radiant should really do something about that middle tower.
That is the nightmare of all Tide and Liches. Tide and
Middle tower is under attack.
Invokers for that combination of spells to happen at that time.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen, as all towers someday
EMP won't even hold this. I should think we're going to be looking for a tier 3 at less than 20 minutes.
Radiant's middle tower is
This
under
is
attack.
almost definitely a tier 3 going down very, very
And we do
shortly.
even get a stomp through onto MTN. Oh, nice full stuff away.
Radiant's
But
middle
the
tower is
things
under
there, we
attack.
saw the perfect
not
initiation
gonna
out of Simplified. We got the Tornado, then we had the Static Storm into the kinetic field. But as you said,
Radiant's
the
middle tower
Tide
is
Hunter
under
did
attack.
misjudge his Ravid. Was trying to get it perfect,
Radiant's middle
but
tower
just didn't.
is normal.
Just misjudge the Tornado.
EMP this time, however, will empty 3 Heroes of Mana. There's
We'll
the
get gifted.
there's the recall, but it doesn't matter. We've got an Aegis popping. Tornado will drop, going to catch 2. Now comes the stun through with the Malefice. Miracle should be able to clean up MTN with 1 Burrow Strike, but a big cooldown coming in. The Stampede is there as well. Miracle picks up the kill on that Invoker. Gyrocopter catches Luna. Now looking for more. Jonil will go down just to this relentless chase. Now looking for a final 2. Catching Teacup outside his own well. Guys, you're at 18 minutes. This is not your base.
Killing
Your
spree.
fountain.
A full team wipe in the base and they only lose a Centaur. And that's the game. Turtlemasters win on fantastic form. Sub 18-minute win.
We were talking about how we've been seeing so many long games, and then Turtlemasters come out with a 17-minute win.
Well played, sirs. Well played. Any last thoughts, Duke?
I have to give it everything to Miracle. His stuns on that aggressive dual lane. That dual lane should not have won, but Miracle landing those double stuns pretty much consistently set up Giftig to be able to get the kills and get those levels. And then they got the cooldown level before Luna had really had anything.
Aye. But what a spectacular game. I honestly look forward to everything Turtlemasters show us in the future. And we have some cracking games coming up.
I'm looking forward to the remake of the 4FC Turtlemasters.
You and me
Did have been on the
both.
first day, but Steam bugged, went down, and it's been rescheduled. Still haven't found out when, but as soon as it comes, that's going to be a game and a half to cast.
4FC Turtle, I put my money on being the game of the tournament. But on that note, guys, that's all from us for the night. Peace out from me.
And farewell from me.
We'll catch you next Thursday for another night of the Golden Esports League.